Hey friends, welcome back to the channel. Appreciate you checking in. It's time for another spur-of-the-moment trip, this time to New Orleans. I'm taking a new friend of mine along, and we're going to visit the sights, the sounds of New Orleans, see some plantations, and just have an all-out good time in one of the most well-known cities of the South. So come along with me, just for fun. Today's adventure started in Jacksonville, Florida, but instead of heading to the commercial terminal, we walked straight into the private side of the airport. No TSA lines, no crowds, no waiting, just smooth, quiet ramp access. The pilots greeted us by name, loading our bags directly onto the aircraft. This is one of the perks of private aviation. Everything's handled for you. Within a few minutes, we were stepping on board and settling into the plush leather seats, ready to depart to New Orleans. The Citation XL XLS Plus is one of the most popular mid-sized business jets in the world, and it's easy to see why. You get the comfort of a stand-up cabin and the quiet of luxury SUV. The jet climbs fast as it cruises very smoothly. Wide seats, plenty of legroom, and a spacious aisle. It feels more like a lounge than an airplane. We taxied out with no delays, rolled onto the runway, and after waiting for two pieces of local traffic, including an F-22 Raptor, found ourselves climbing above the Florida coastline with that signature XLS smoothness. There's nothing quite like watching the world fall away from a private jet window. We lifted out of Jacksonville and climbed up fast, hitting 10,000 feet in just a few moments. We leveled off at about 41,000 feet, cruising at around 440 knots. The whole flight was around 420 to 430 miles. Took us about an hour and a half. Hey, good morning everybody. We just left Jacksonville, Florida, headed to New Orleans. We're riding on a, a Cessna Citation?
Yep, XLS Plus.
XLS Plus, yeah, so really nice. We could actually have 9 people total on this plane, but today it's just the 2 of us, and we'll see what the day brings. Thanks for coming along with us on this trip just for fun. Over the Gulf Coast today were incredible. Pensacola, Barrier Islands, and then the Louisiana marshlands as we started our descent into New Orleans. About an hour and 20 minutes after we took off, we were just about ready to touch down in the Big Easy. Smooth and effortless. As we approached New Orleans, the landscapes shifted to winding waterways, marshes, and the unmistakable shape of the Mississippi River. The descent was smooth, and before long, we were touching down at Louie Armstrong Field. Refreshed, relaxed, and ready to explore. Flying private on the Citation XL XLS Plus made this trip unforgettable. From the moment we stepped onto the ramp in Jacksonville to the moment we landed in New Orleans. Everything was seamless. If you enjoyed this leg of the journey, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. But stay tuned because there's more adventures in New Orleans. Yeah, that little shelf beside the slide open at the end there.
Nothing here?
Yeah.
I tried Velcro patches and everything.
Nothing,
I can't get it to stay.
Just need a bigger hammer.
Yeah.
After landing in New Orleans, we wandered into the FBO to get our bearings and make arrangements for a rental car. The staff could not have been more welcoming. Not only did they help us secure a car, but they even drove us over and dropped us off at the rental office, which is located just off of airport property. That's one of the things I love about private aviation. With keys in hand, we headed straight for the French Quarter. Our home base for the next 2 nights was the Hilton right on the Mississippi River. Tucked at the end of Poydras Street, the location was perfect. Close enough to the quarter to walk everywhere, but just far enough to escape the noise when we needed a break. Cool door. I like that big door. The next morning, we started our day right away. A brisk walk through town got us to the Ruby Slipper, one of New Orleans' most beloved breakfast spots. It's said that they do over 40,000 biscuits a week at this place. If you've ever been, you know why the food is rich, creative, and absolutely delicious. It's the one-of-a-kind breakfast that sets the tone for a great day. Good morning from New Orleans, Louisiana. We're headed to the Oak Plantation. What is it? Oak Valley. Oak Valley Plantation today. Go check out Southern living at its finest about 150 years ago. See how that pans out. Should be a good day. Weather's perfect. 65 degrees. Little breeze. Come along with us. After breakfast, we drove west along the Mississippi River towards Oak Alley Plantation, one of the most iconic and photographed plantations in the entire South. The weather couldn't have been better. Blue skies, warm sun, a nice breeze made the drive feel effortless. At Oak Alley, it's famous for its breathtaking entrance, a quarter-mile tunnel of 28 massive live oak trees, each one more than 250 years old, that stretch from the Mississippi River all the way to the front door of the mansion. It's said that the very closest one to the mansion is over 300 years old. Walking beneath those branches feels like stepping back in time. We took the full tour, explored the rest of the antebellum home, the grounds, the exhibits, everything that tells what the complex was like and the difficult history of this plantation, which included stories of the enslaved people who lived and worked here. The contrast of beauty and history makes Oak Alley a very powerful place to visit. Let's take a few minutes just to enjoy some of the grounds. Today's weather made it even better than we thought it could have been. Sunlight filtered through the oak canopy, the breeze rustled through the Spanish moss, and the whole scene just felt unreal. As we made our way towards the main house, we walked up towards what would actually be the back door of the plantation. Meeting up with our sightseeing crew, we actually took a guided tour through the home and enjoyed everything it had to offer. After leaving Oak Alley, we took our time driving back towards New Orleans, stopping for some local sightseeing along the way, small towns, river views, and so many of those classic Louisiana landscapes. After 2 unforgettable days in New Orleans, it was time to start the journey back home. We hopped on to I-10 eastbound, and even the drive turned into its own little adventure. As we crossed into Alabama, we passed right by the USS Alabama Battleship Memorial Park in Mobile. You can't miss it, of course. We were also surprised to see the USS, or the SS, United States docked nearby. This legendary ocean liner, once the fastest passenger ship ever built, is being prepared to become an artificial reef. We even crossed underneath the Mobile River in the Mobile Tunnel. A simple drive home, but full of unexpected sights. The kind of road where even the in-between moments became part of the story. Be sure to join us again in the future for another trip, just for fun.